what difficulties you have faced in UAE when first you started?
Starting my business in the way was an exciting yet incredibly challenging journey. One of the biggest hurdles was setting up a business license and opening a bank account.
How you actually thought about that you can go to UAE and start your e-commerce in UAE market? How that idea came to your mind?
The idea to start my e-commerce journey in the way didn't come overnight. It was a combination of inspiration, opportunity, and a deep desire to create something meaningful. Back when I was working in my home country, I often found myself thinking about how limited the market was. I wanted to expand, to reach a place where my ideas could thrive.
How many SKUs you have launched when you first came into the UAE market, and how many brands you have registered till now?
When I first entered the whey market, I started small, launching just a few SKUs around 10 to 15. The idea was to test the waters, understand the market dynamics.
Russian community. There is a lot of Russian community based in UAE. So if they are looking at your video, and what advice you will give them in related to the e-commerce?
Как я уже отметил ранее, важно понимать, что здесь достаточно.
Hello, welcome to Monday Bazar's another podcast. Today we are excited to host Sergei, an inspiring entrepreneur from Russia who turned his e-commerce hobby into a thriving career. Starting as a part-time seller, Sergei's passion and dedications have led him to build two successful brands spanning multiple categories. Join us as we explore his journey from hobbyist to full-time entrepreneur and discover the strategies that helped him succeed in the competitive world of e-commerce. Hi Sergei, thank you so much for being here. It's really a pleasure to have you in our podcast today. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. Ali Shah, thank you for inviting. I'm very glad to sit
Welcome.
and talking with you. Yeah.
It's my pleasure actually, and thank you so much for driving all the way from far to here to our office. I would like to ask you if you can give us a short introduction about yourself, and then about a little bit about your journey, when and how you have started.
My name is Sergei Osokin, and I am an entrepreneur specializing in e-commerce. I have been operating in this industry for several years, with a particular focus on the whey market, which is known for its dynamic and competitive nature. The decision to start my business in the whey was strategic and well thought out. The whey has always been an attractive hub for entrepreneurs because of its strong economy, supportive infrastructure, and diverse population. Its position as a global trade and business center offered a unique opportunity to access not just the local market, but also neighboring regions. When I first thought of entering the whey market, I was impressed by the level of digital adoption here. The people are tech-savvy, and the demand for online shopping is growing rapidly. E-commerce is a thriving sector in the whey, with customers seeking quality products and efficient service. This was an ideal opportunity for me to bring my vision to life. I did extensive research to understand the market dynamics, customer preferences, and operational challenges. The initial stages were challenging, but I was motivated by the potential for growth and the opportunity to contribute to this evolving industry. The whey's e-commerce regulations and supportive business environment further encouraged me to start my journey. Today, I am proud to be a part of this vibrant market, and I continue to innovate and adapt to meet the needs of my customers while ensuring the growth and sustainability of my business.
Have you started already your private label in UAE?
Yeah, we have registered private label in UAE.
Okay.
The next bunch of product will be on our private label.
That's great. And what difficulties you have faced in UAE when first you started?
Starting my business in the whey was an exciting yet incredibly challenging journey. One of the biggest hurdles was setting up a business license and opening a bank account. It wasn't as straightforward as I had imagined. The process was complicated, full of paperwork, and required so much time and effort. Every step felt like an uphill battle, and there were moments when I wondered if it would ever work out. Understanding the market was another challenge. The way is such a diverse place, with people from all over the world. Figuring out their preferences and adapting my products to suit their needs was tough. It felt like I was starting from scratch, trying to learn and unlearn everything I thought I knew about business. The competition was overwhelming too. There are so many established players in the e-commerce space here, and as a newcomer, it felt almost impossible to stand out. But I knew I had to focus on what made my business unique and believe in my vision. Then there were the logistical challenges: finding reliable suppliers, managing deliveries, and ensuring everything ran smoothly. Honestly, there were days when it felt like nothing was going right. Building trust with customers was another mountain to climb. As a new business, people were hesitant to shop with me. I had to work tirelessly to prove myself, delivering quality, being reliable, and providing great service.
How you actually thought about that you can go to UAE and start your e-commerce in UAE market? How that idea came into your mind?
The idea to start my e-commerce journey in the way didn't come overnight. It was a combination of inspiration, opportunity, and a deep desire to create something meaningful. Back when I was working in my home country, I often found myself thinking about how limited the market was. I wanted to expand, to reach a place where my ideas could thrive. That's when I started researching different markets, and the way immediately stood out. The way is known for its dynamic economy and diverse population. I saw a huge potential there, a place where people from all over the world live and shop. It felt like the perfect opportunity to introduce unique products and build something impactful. But it wasn't just about the numbers or market potential. I was driven by the idea of challenging myself. Moving to a new country and starting a business from scratch wasn't easy, but it was a dream that kept me awake at night. I wanted to prove to myself that I could do it.
How many SKUs you have launched when you first came into the UAE market, and how many SKUs you have so far, and how many brands you have registered till now?
When I first entered the whey market, I started small, launching just a few SKUs, around 10 to 15. The idea was to test the waters, understand the market dynamics, and gauge customer preferences. It was important to focus on quality and establish trust before expanding further. Over time, as I gained more experience and confidence, I gradually scaled up. Today, I'm proud to say that I have over 100 SKUs across various categories. This growth reflects the effort I've put into understanding my audience and meeting their needs with the right products. As for brands, I've registered 3 under my portfolio so far. Each brand caters to a specific niche, ensuring that I can deliver products that are tailored to different customer demands. Building these brands has been a journey of creativity, perseverance, and a deep commitment to offering value to my customers. It's been an incredible journey, starting with just a few SKUs and now expanding to over 100 with 3 registered brands. Each milestone reflects hard work and adaptability. I'm excited to explore new opportunities and keep growing in the whey market.
Russian community. There is a lot of Russian community based in UAE. So if they are looking at your video, and what advice you will give them in related to the e-commerce business in UAE or Middle East in general?
Ну, как я уже отметил ранее, важно понимать, что здесь достаточно небольшая емкость рынка, и надо рассматривать, наверное, рынок Эмиратов как ступеньку на выход на другие страны, такие как Саудовская Аравия, Соединенные Штаты и другие рынки. Поэтому, ребята, не ограничиваемся Эмиратами, двигаемся дальше.
Yeah, thank you so much. So you must listen to him and implement it. Okay. So, we are moving forward. As an entrepreneur, how does it feel when you earn your first, income, and you're receiving your first income? What are the feelings?
As an entrepreneur, earning my first income was an incredible milestone, one that I'll never forget. It was a mix of emotions: pride, relief, and pure excitement. After countless hours of planning, hard work, and overcoming challenges, seeing the first tangible result was truly rewarding. It wasn't just about the money. It symbolized the success of my vision and the validation of my efforts. That moment reassured me that the path I chose, despite all the risks and uncertainties, was the right one. It boosted my confidence and gave me the motivation to dream bigger and work even harder. It felt like a turning point, a moment where all the sacrifices, sleepless nights, and relentless efforts finally proved their worth. It wasn't just about the financial reward. It was a deeply emotional experience, a validation of my perseverance and belief in my vision.
Is there any moment in your journey when you felt that you are giving up in your early days when you started your journey or your venture or e-commerce business?
Yes, there were definitely moments in the early days of my journey when I felt like giving up. Starting a business in a new market, especially in a different country, came with its own set of challenges, uncertainties, financial pressures, and even self-doubt. There were moments when things didn't go as planned, and I felt discouraged. But I reminded myself of my vision, leaned on support from loved ones. I turned those struggles into valuable lessons and steps toward achieving my goals.
What you learned from those times or moments?
Those challenging moments were some of the most profound learning experiences in my journey. They taught me the true value of resilience, showing me that setbacks are not failures, but stepping stones toward greater achievements. I learned the importance of patience and how essential it is to stay composed even when things don't go as planned. These times pushed me to think creatively, adapt to changing circumstances, and find innovative solutions to problems. They also reinforced the need to focus on my long-term vision, reminding me why I started this journey in the first place. Through every obstacle, I discovered the strength within myself to persevere, and each challenge became an opportunity to grow, refine my strategies, and build a foundation for future success. These experiences made me stronger and more determined for the journey ahead.
As per your experience from past many years experience, what is the most important thing in e-commerce? Product, marketing? What do you think? What is the most important?
Well, in my opinion, the most important thing in e-commerce is definitely the product. It all starts with finding something that the market needs or something that adds value to people's lives. Without a great product, no amount of marketing or advertising will really make a difference. You can spend a lot of money promoting a product, but if it doesn't solve a problem or meet a demand, it's going to be very difficult to succeed in the long term. That being said, marketing is still extremely important. Once you have a great product, you need the right marketing strategies to reach your target audience. But, in my view, the foundation of any successful e-commerce business is a product that stands out, something unique or innovative that catches people's attention. If you can identify a gap in the market, then you're on the right track. So, it's product first, and everything else like marketing, sales channels, and customer support comes after.
What is your future plans where you are seeing your brand or products in next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, our primary focus will be on identifying and capturing untapped niches, areas where there is a demand but not enough supply to meet it. We're exploring what you might call blue oceans markets where there is little competition, and we can create something unique. The goal is to find consumer needs that aren't being fully addressed yet and bring innovative solutions to meet those needs. If we can find the right product or idea that adds real value to people's lives, that's when we believe the business will thrive and grow.
What advice will you give it to the emerging entrepreneurs or who wants to start their journey in e-commerce?
I think the most important thing is to find a gap in the market, something that people need but don't have yet. If you can identify this product or idea, you already have a strong base for success. Of course, marketing and administrative skills are important, but they are secondary to finding the right niche. Also, I would say, be ready to work hard and not expect instant results. Especially in smaller markets like the way, it takes time and effort to grow. Patience and persistence are very important for entrepreneurs who are just starting out.
One line advice. If you want to give an advice to someone who is a startup or a new emerging entrepreneur, what advice will you give it to them?
Well, I would say the most important thing is to take the time to really study the local market. This region is very unique because it has a highly multicultural audience, with people from so many different nationalities and cultural backgrounds. Each group has its own preferences, habits, and specific needs, and as an entrepreneur, you need to understand and adapt to these differences. For example, what works for one group may not work for another, so it's crucial to identify your target audience and adapt your products or services.
Thank you so much, Sergey,
Thank
for
you.
being here, and it was really a pleasure to have you in our podcast. And I think our viewers will learn a lot of things from your past experience, and looking forward to have a more that kind of conversations and meetings to discuss these kind of things.
Yeah, let's try to meet again after in 1 year. For example, I can tell about my experience and experience my team.
Sure. No, we can set it up a more frequent meetings together, and we can set up, and
Thank
we
you
can.
for advising me.
No, it's my pleasure.
And your help for my team.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Thank you so much again. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Bye, guys.